So this is that female, Trevino. She flicks me off as I'm going back to back of my patrol car, fails the single left hand to go into the left lane. She flicks me off, so I just wanted a second to make contact with her. You're under arrest for failed to signal lane change.
I'm under arrest for failing to signal a lane change?
Yes, ma'am.
In this video, you're going to see the importance of having dash cam video as well as a body cam video. I'll show you why after this. Well, hello and welcome to Alamance County Talks Politics. As we watch this video, I want you to be the one to sit there and determine, do you think the arrest of this individual was warranted? In this video, you're going to watch a lady by the name of Brittany Trevino. This video was in Texas, and she is actually going by a cop. I'll show you in just a moment. She's actually going by a cop. I think they've had somebody pulled, and as she goes by, she flips him the middle finger. And immediately, he gets in his car, and he chases her down, and he pulls her. And then we're going to see how these events unfold. And as you watch this, I want you to see if you think if this was a arrest that was warranted, or should the officer have taken a different approach. But let me say this before we move forward. Apparently, these two have had an incident before. I'm not sure of all the details of it, but regardless of that, this is a different incident. This is a different stop. So let's watch the actions of the officer, and let's determine and see what you think. So Brittany Trevino was in that first, it looked like a silver vehicle that passed by. And he saw her do that, and he's hopping in his car, and he's going to take off after. He's going to pursue her. Watch what he does.
193.
Charles Paul 5990, Boy Charles Paul 5990.
35, 256. If it's possible, could you make my location? PD 256. Put me at the 1049 of Gardenia.
First 1049, Gardenia. That's first. 193. I'm showing insurance is confirmed and that the registration is valid. No wants.
Got it. That's clear. So this is that female, Trevino. She flicks me off as I'm going back to back of my patrol car, fails the single left hand to go into the left lane. She flicks me off, so I just wanted a second to make contact with her.
Okay, so what he did was he called for, apparently when they sent out the call, there's another attending officer. The officer shows up and basically he explains to him, he says, oh, she went by me. This is the Trevino lady, and she went by me and flipped me the bird. And he said, I want to touch base with her. So she made the lane change, he said, without the lane signal. That's his accusation for this stop. And he wanted to make another touch with her. So let's see how this unfolds.
How's it going? Officer Akers, New Braunfels Police Department.
You are.
Okay.
I know who you are.
That's fine. Well, the reason why you being...
over for flipping you off.
No, ma'am. The reason why...
You are retaliating against me. You turned your sirens on and everything, ran over here like a crazy person.
Okay. Well, ma'am, the reason why you're being contacted is you failed to signal lane change when you flicked me off.
Okay.
Okay, so go ahead and step out of the car.
Okay, so basically on that conversation right there, you knew something has taken place between them before. She knows who he is, and she apparently is frightened of this man. In fact, listen to what she says to the officers on the other side, as far as how who's going to handle her in this regard. But regardless, he pulled her for not turning the signal on. and watch what happens.
Step out of the car. I have 3 officers here.
He's hurt me before. Please don't let him.
Yeah, would you mind, Henderson, go ahead and detaining her
Don't.
in cuffs?
Because he's
This woman is scared. I mean, she's obviously scared. She says I think she said he's hurt her before. And so she asked for the other officers to make sure he does not hurt her.
he's been illegal to me.
Okay, all right. We'll continue to go on the
You're under arrest for fail to signal lane change.
I'm under arrest for failing to signal a lane change?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm under arrest for failing to signal a lane change?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, did you see what just happened here? He's putting cuffs on her. This guy now announces that she's being arrested for making a lane change without signaling. And undoubtedly, you're telling me now, you're telling her now she's going to jail. She's been cuffed. She's arrested. She's going to jail for this. And then while she's, just overcome with, and I would be the same way. I'd be like, are you kidding me? And this guy behind her is telling her, stay still, ma'am, stay still. I guess he's checking the spacing on her arms. I'm not sure what he's checking to make sure the cuffs aren't too tight, which is a good thing to do. But why is he allowing this other officer to do this? I've heard people, and I am pro law enforcement, but I don't like what I'm seeing here. And I've heard oftentimes people refer to this as some type of a thug or gang group. These officers doing everything this guy tells them to. They've not checked up on anything, followed up on anything. They're just listening to his words. And it gets even worse. Watch this.
I'm sorry. You guys just know this is bullshit. You guys just know it is. You guys know it is.
See, they know it. They know it. This is the whole point. She's telling them, you know this. This is BS. You know this. But watch them continue on with this.
You're under arrest. Grab my phone. Grab my phone. Please grab my phone. Please grab my phone.
We'll get it.
You want me to transport, or you think it's better?
Danny can do it.
Danny, would you mind just transport?
How would you respond? I'm sorry, I have to stop it again. How would you respond to something like that? Give her the ticket, cite her, and let her go. But not this guy, because she flipped him the bird, and now he's going to retaliate. He's going to humiliate, and he's going to make her pay.
To do anything else other than transport? I'll be there. PD 2B6.
Go ahead.
Can you go ahead and give me next rotational record? That female's in my custody. I believe it's going to be Brittany Trevino.
6 when in custody at 8:39.
What's that? Yeah, she has a driver's license, but
I'm not turning this off. You off?
Did you hear what he just said? Now watch what happens here is they're turning off the audio to the video. In other words, you're not going to be able to hear anything that they say. Where is the transparency? Why would you need to turn the volume off so that people are unable to FOIA this information to hear the interaction between this guy and the other guy? Why is that? What are you hiding? Now, here is another video of, I wanted you to watch it one more time. Here she comes. She's this first car. Watch how now this is his body camera right here footage, but then it goes, I think, to the car camera, or maybe his, I'm not sure, but watch and see, did she get in the other lane without signaling? You watch and see. So she just went by. Apparently she flipped him the bird, which is rude. It's not nice to do. I agree with that. But it's not illegal. It's not illegal. It's considered a form of communication under the First Amendment at this point to pull off. But the point is this. What do you think? It looks like to me that this officer, due to the previous interaction that they had, She was upset about it, however long ago that was. And she saw him on the side of the road. I guess he had pulled someone or done something. And she comes by. He recognizes her. She recognizes him, and she flips him off. And then he gets in his car and he chases her. He chases her down, looking for a reason, looking for some reason to be able to pull her over and to make sure that he retaliates, make sure that he humiliates her because his ego got hurt. How dare you do that to me? Where is the professionalism in this scenario? He took this girl to jail. She was arrested, took her to jail. And I'm going to tell you how this, from what I understand, how it turned out. This was a video first from the civil rights lawyer, I believe it is. He actually got the body camera footage, the camera from the car, and I'm not sure if she released this or if he did, but this is the website from which this information was gathered. And from what I'm understanding, the information that she put out there, they prosecute her, and they would put it off, prosecute. So she went through this for several months. Can you imagine the mental strain of knowing you've got to go through this, even though you were right, you didn't break the law? But guess what eventually happened? They dropped the charges, and they did not notify her of that. She said they did not notify her of them dropping the charges. So she went and got the information, and lo and behold, they had dropped the charges. Now, I'm going to say this. Like I've told you, I support law enforcement. I support men and women who do the job the right way in law enforcement. I just don't have a blanket support for law enforcement. If you do it wrong, you need to be dealt with. In this case, I think this guy needs to lose his qualified immunity, and I think he needs to be tried. He needs to be, whatever options are open to her, she needs to be able to take advantage of this, because this was nothing but pure retaliation because his ego got hurt, that she threw him the middle finger and he couldn't do anything about it. So what did he do? He arrested her. He took her to jail on this minor offense. And I totally and completely disagree with the decision that he made. You would never have known that she had her signal on if it were not for the car and the car footage, the body footage, the car footage, the camera in the car, or his body cam footage. This is why it is so vital for officers to have their body cameras, have them turned on, as well as their car cameras. I assume they stay on quite a bit of the time, most of the time anyway. But they've got to have body cameras, and they have to be on, because if not, these officers can run roughshod over the citizenry, and that is just not right. They need to be held accountable, just like we need to be held accountable. It holds everybody accountable. It's the right thing to do. Well, if you enjoyed this video, let me encourage you to hit the like, subscribe button. Until next time, take care.